Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Paul's Cinema Picks of the Week. Now, a lot of people have been trying to figure out picks, okay? I'm going to explain for those who have trouble with the spelling. Some people say Cinema Picks, P-I-C-K-S. No. Ours is pronounced P-I-X. It's something I came up with, like picks, like movie picks, or Netflix, or something like that. It always has an X on it.
So that I came up with.
Well, okay, fine. You came up with it. You came up with the PIX, P-I-X.
Yeah.
So that way people will understand, okay, that's the one they go to. Paul's Cinema P-I-X. It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel that my sister designed so that we could have our channel and it puts all our shows on. So if you want to look at any of our past shows or anything, you get the shows on.
Well, you'll see this.
Yep, you'll be able to see this one too.
Just goes right on.
Yep. Okay, so today's theme is natural disasters, and today we live in a world where there's a lot of possibilities and stuff that go on, like real disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis. The only thing we haven't had yet is an ice age, but that can happen, and it's scary the way the world is today with the natural disasters that are going on. And global warming especially is a very popular and well-known topic, at times controversial in some ways, but at the same time it's very prevalent in our society today, and the movies that I've got deal with a lot of the topics of these world disasters. And I'm going to show you a few of them and talk about them. Okay, now the first one here is called Battle Los Angeles. I'll make sure my sister gets...
Yep, I got it.
Got it there?
Yep.
Okay, basically the premises of the story is Marine Staff Sergeant... It's about a Marine Staff Sergeant and the platoon taking on an enemy. Basically, the natural disaster is an alien invasion. So these hostile aliens, they invade the planet, stuff like that. And the army has to be called in to try and stop them as best they can. But it's like a threat that might even be a little astronomical for even the army to deal with, because a lot of these aliens, they have sophisticated weaponry and they're able to withstand a lot. The way these movies go, you always have the army fighting these forces, from other planets, stuff like that. And of course, we're supposed to win at the end because we're supposed to be the baddest planet in the solar system. So they have to deal with the alien threat, and then it's more or less what the movie's about, because there's not really too much as far as overall story, except you put the aliens, you put a threat, you put the army, they get to fight, and that's the entertainment value of the film. But still, it's one of the better known ones. I don't know if you've seen it or not, sis?
Possibly.
Says it's not war, it's survival. So survival of the fittest. So will man win? Will alien win? You have to watch the movie and find out. Our second movie here is you get tornadoes, hurricanes, blackouts, all sorts of things, and it's called Category 6, Day of Destruction. There's no shelter from this storm. So, of course, it's a storm chaser, and he's out there, he's trying to figure out what's causing all these world disasters. And you get the hurricanes, you get high temperatures, like the heat waves, where you get extreme heat waves. And anomalies, of course, wildfires, blackouts, tornadoes, hurricane, all that stuff. All the stuff that you have to deal with, only amplified to a high degree to where the world is being threatened by all these disasters. So you get this guy here in the movie, played by Randy Quaid, and he plays the part of a storm chaser And his name, Tommy Tornado. That's what they call him, Tommy Tornado. Yeah, I had to look at the second one to figure out his name on the first one. But yeah, Tommy Tornado is the one that played by Randy Quaid. He's the only one that can try and make sense of or see what can be done to stop some of these disasters from happening. So yeah, it's a little bit of a long movie. It goes for about 174 minutes. And a lot of the TV movies that they did on Sci-Fi, they would deal with disasters and they would have these movies, and yeah, it's certainly one of the spin-offs from the movie that I'm going to be talking about in just a few seconds here. It's called Day After Tomorrow.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. And yeah, I can't talk about that one fully yet because I still got to go for the next one because there's a sequel to this one. So, if you think he hasn't dealt with anything in Category 6, then comes Category 7. And in this one, it's so cataclysmic it's basically the end of the world. And it says, as a deadly Category 6 storm descends on the Earth with leaking violent winds, hurricanes, force pressure, and devastating tornadoes, officials scramble to pinpoint the cause. And they say, first, the global warming is suspect. Beautiful but discredit scientist Faith, who was played by Shannon Doherty, who everybody knows her, Beverly Hills 90210. And Charmed.
Yeah.
It actually mentions her Charmed credit on here. And it says, realize that something else is triggering the extreme weather. So Tommy Tornado is back again, because he didn't have enough in the first one, so now he's got to deal with all the crap in the second one that he has to go through. And the Faith realizes that they must end the storm itself. They hope to stop it. While the country is at its most vulnerable, the government becomes aware that it is the target of terrorist organizations. And yeah, not only do you have a world disaster, but you got villains to deal with as well at the same time. And it says now it is not only man against nature, but man against man as intensified Category 7 approaches. So yeah, you think Category 6 is a biatch. Category 7 is a biatch, even more of a biatch than the first. I have to say biatch because I can't say the other one. But yeah, and as you can tell, the Statue of Liberty is being flooded. The whole New York coastline, everything is all being flooded, and there's fires and everything. All sorts of mayhem. Randy Quaid, Shannon Doherty, and Gina Gershon, who's another good actress, that they have to deal with it. So yeah, you get Category 6, and you get Category 7. 6 comes first, 7, then 7, and that should give you about 4 or 5 hours of just straight natural disasters to deal with. Then there's one called 444, The Last Day on Earth. Time is running out. And it makes you wonder the way today's world is. Do you think we're nearing these times where this could be happening?
Not in our lifetime. A couple more. Hey.
We don't know. But in the meantime, yes, they have to deal with the disaster.
Dobby.
Yep.
Dobby. Uncle Bill's talking.
That's that.
Two more dogs walking down the street.
Yeah, Dobby does that every once in a while, you know, it's one of those things. But yeah.
Hey.
It says here, Dobby. Doesn't say Dobby, but it says, the world's coming to an end. And this one is a comet. A comet coming close to colliding with the Earth. And it says the world has begun descent into chaos. It's riding in the streets. The couple spend their last day together trying to come to terms with the inevitable as the comet draws near to bring total annihilation. It makes you wonder. And it even asks the question on the back of the DVD. It says, what would you do if you had to deal with something like that? Yeah, what would you guys do if it was the end of the world? And you only had so many hours left?
Yeah, party.
No?
Nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
Party.
I'd probably get a lawn chair and sit there and just have my drinks. There we go. So, yeah, that's what they have to deal with in this film about annihilation of the Earth, which is very similar to the Category 7 one with the Statue of Liberty. And notice the statue always gets the bad break. Like in the other movie, the statue is being flooded over. This one, it's being burnt almost to a crisp. So, Nobody really knows for sure what's going on there. And when you think it can't get any worse, it does. 2012, supernova. A star said 200 years ago, a star exploded in the Lyra constellation. Now a supernova set into Earth, spiraling into chaos. Anything dependent on electricity will be fried. Deadly storms, tornadoes again. Massive earthquakes and meteor showers again. A fire will destroy the entire planet. Do you ever notice a recurring theme in each of the films?
Fire or ice.
Yeah, everybody's going to be destroyed by fire or ice. Yeah, Ice Age or fire.
Or both.
Or even both, yes. Which is a theme in the upcoming Ghostbusters movie. By the way, Frozen Empire, which is scheduled to be in theaters, I think around June or July. And it's supposed to be about an ice age, a possible ice threat. But anyway, getting back to this one. You got an astrophysicist, Ryan Kelvin, and he's on Charmed as well. Brian Krause from TV's Charmed has developed a plan to shield Earth from destruction, but he has less than 24 hours and one chance to get it right. And it's an explosive apocalyptic thriller packed with wall-to-wall action. 2000 Supernova is an epic disaster movie you don't want to miss. Because I can tell you right now, these comets don't seem to miss the bridge. So, yeah, it's another one of those disasters. There's not really a lot you can say about disaster movies because they all follow that similar pattern. Like, in a disaster movie, you have a world disaster. You have a dysfunctional family, the husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend are split from each other. They have a daughter, and the daughter hates the one that's split or something. And then they got to work together to fix everything, and then in turn, the relationship gets fixed by the end of the movie. They realize they still love each other. So it's that very similar theme. And in a book I have called The Disaster Movie, it actually goes into detail and explains all these little plot devices that they stick into the disaster movie in order to make it even more entertaining. That's what I think. At least that's what I think that they do it for. It's just all for entertainment, which most movies are. But finally, we got to the movie that I just explained earlier. Roland Emmerich's film The Day After Tomorrow.
I love that movie.
It's an excellent action thriller, and it said it took audiences by storm in the ultimate collector's edition DVD, and its tidal wave of extras, including in-depth documentaries, revealing featurettes, deleted scenes, and more. It's all new 2-disc set will blow you away. And one of the features, believe it or not, there is The Force of Destiny, the science and politics of climate change. So it explains a lot what's going on in the world with climate change, and how they say we're wasting our resources, we're wasting our air, and anything to that nature. But yeah, in this movie, it basically is a son, he's away from his parents, and I guess he gets lost in New York or something like that, and then
Trapped
in New York, and then his father has to go and make this long trek.
On foot, basically.
Believe it or not, because you can't fly a plane when it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go on the boat across the ocean when it's frozen.
You see that in there.
Was that?
You see a ship lining coming through the city.
Yeah, and it's frozen. But yeah, the father has to go on foot to New York on a foot trek to try and find his son. That's the story within the story. Of course, everybody knows the highlight is all the disasters. You get tornadoes and everything. This time you got an ice age. So that's the other difference. There's an ice age that goes on in this movie. And
Well, first it's water rising way too high.
yeah, each of them happen a step at a time. It's like one little step. It's like it starts with this, then it goes into this, then it goes into this, and so on and so forth. And then it leads into the ultimate disaster, which is what they have to deal with in the movie. And then, of course, like I said, there's the inside story about the father going after the son and finding it. But it makes for 123 hours of entertainment. And it came out in 2004, but it's still
So good.
relatively a new movie, and still a lot of the things that we're dealing with today as far as disasters. And my sister said it's one of her favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
One of her favorites. Like, not her favorite movie per se, but
It's in the top
one of
20.
her favorites. Was that?
It's in the top 20.
Yeah, in the top 20 movie there. But yes, Day After Tomorrow was a fantastic film, and certainly one of the best disaster movies that are out there today. Well, I think that's all the movies there that I got to discuss, but I wanted to discuss that with the people. And it's a little bit funny because, disasters, you really can't really go into a lot of detail on disaster films because a lot of them are done the same way, but people enjoy them, and that's what matters. For now, we hope that you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. Send a comment. Put the comment below the video here. In that little section that's just below. I'm pointing to it right now. Just below there. We need some comments, input, because it's always important. I like to hear what other people thought of the movie too. So, and what we talk about. And I think we were mentioning the last time about suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's stuff you want to hear us talk about, offer a suggestion in the comments.
Movie related and that we have not covered.
Movie related, yes.
And that we have not covered yet.
Something that you don't, and look back just to see which ones we've done, so that way you know what we've covered, so you don't put something that we've already covered. Because we want to get something that's new next day. We want to make the show good for you guys too. So, yes, leave a comment, leave some suggestions. But for now, this is Paul Westbrook, Bradford's Film Enthusiast, saying thank you very much, and bye for now. And I'll be seeing you at the movies.